Yo, what is up? This is Cushion Tech here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about why I chose computer science over the other three majors that I'm going to list after switching out of aerospace engineering. And before I explain why, I'm going to tell you the three other majors I was thinking about switching to after switching out of aerospace engineering while in dual enrollment college/slash high school. And let's begin. Let's see the majors that I was considering switching to after I switched out of aerospace engineering were computer science, which was eventually the one that I eventually switched to. Finance, which I really like working with money though. Accounting, I also like working with money and like money and all that. And supply chain management, which I also like, let's see, deciding how want to know what supplies work. I can work for good food companies, and I can also work for good supply companies, good product companies, and good food companies and like that. But after choosing all of the majors that I that interested me, computer science was the one that interested me the most, so I decided to switch that. The reason finance and accounting both interested me the same reason, because I get to know about money, how to spend money properly, how to count money properly, and how to know what's insurance and all that. And I know what do we spend money on, and and how we spend money on, and supply chain management also interested me because I got to learn how companies, businesses, and people get their products and all that, and how products move from one company to another, and how companies, and how companies, more know good know when these supply shipments are coming, and the demand. I can work, yeah, and I can work, and with a supply chain management degree, I can work in so many food companies. I can work in so many, let's see, food companies. I can work in healthcare companies. I can work in restaurant companies, and I can also such as Pepsi, such as Cheetos, such as Fritos. I can work in grocery store companies such as Kroger's and all that. But computer science interested me the most because it had really good fields and interesting fields. I can be able to design more stuff, but with less math and less physics. And I can also learn how to program and program, let's see, certain things. And computer science is pretty much used in every company. I can work for every company anywhere, anytime, and all that. And there are so many wide range, more fields in computer science than any of the other majors I mentioned. And I'm gonna list to you the main reasons why I switched to computer science. The first reason why I switched to computer science over the other majors was that computer science has more job opportunities. And by more job opportunities is that a computer science degree can be job can be found anywhere in the world. You can work anywhere with a computer science degree. All companies offer computer science jobs. All companies need computer science professionals, and there are so many wide variety of fields I can do with computer science. All are like everything, let's see, everything has uses technology. So every business uses technology, and everywhere uses technology, so they have to you get a computer science. They need computer science or technology professionals to help design and fix those problems, which a computer science degree is worth it. And computer science has one of the lowest unemployment rates Another reason why I switched to computer science was that computer science is less memorization than the other three majors I listed. And like in computer science, you just have to memorize a little bit of things, like such as memorizing ASCII charts, like ASCII values. You have to memorize like different like cybersecurity concepts, and you have to memorize different thing only cybersecurity stuff. Where most of computer science, you just have to apply logic, you just have to apply math skills, you have to apply critical thinking skills, you have to apply creativity, deep understanding, and problem solving skills, like because you're most of the time writing code, and like writing code requires like most of it applies requires applying logic to it, which is better than memorizing so many things, because like a year after like learn taking the class, like if you can't remember certain things, then you probably have like one of these teachers that made you memorize things. Whereas in finance, you have to memorize different like vocab terms, different concepts, and different terms, such as like different money terms and different, you have to memorize different things and all that. Whereas in accounting, you have to memorize, let's see, different terms, different concepts, and different things a lot. There's no logic problem solving or coding in finance and accounting. Whereas supply chain management, you have to memorize different vocab terms. You have to memorize different, let's see, you have to do different, let's see, products and their names and all, and their numbers and all that. You have to memorize dates when the products are arriving. With a computer science degree, you can work remotely, and there are more job opportunities that allow you to work more remotely, because like different companies, let's see, want more programmers and other computer science professionals to work remotely, so they can save space and room for the other non-computer science professionals at their job, because they're just only writing software and staying building software, which they don't want people to like waste their money and time to building more offices just for writing software they can work home. They need to save money for like other like non-computer science professionals who need to be in person, like for instance, like electrical engineers, like and aerospace engineers, civil engineers have to go in person, because like they need to design and test the and physically like test the physical things they need to do. Whereas finance and accounting majors like they can still work remotely. There are like a good amount of remote jobs, but not as much as computer science jobs, because finance and accountants have to go like in person sometimes, because they have to meet with other people who can't meet remotely due to like low income, or like poor financial situations and poor financial statuses, and they have to go in person to like gather and count all the money, and like know how much money that, because they can't have their money sent to their home, or else like they, who knows, those financials, they can keep their money from themselves, and they could be get into so much trouble, though. Like whereas supply chain managers always have to go in person, because they have to like regulate the supply, like the flow of goods within a company. They have to be there to sign agreements, they have to be there to oversee the deliveries, because and make sure that it's the proper delivery, because if it's not the proper delivery, then supply chain, then they would be in so much troubles. And like whereas computer science degrees, they can just 90% of their jobs, let's see, just only like doesn't require them to meet with people, or like how do physical stuff. They do everything online on the computer. The fields and topics in computer science are far more interesting than the fields and topics of finance, accounting, and supply chain management. In computer science, there are so many fields and topics to choose from, such as software engineering, web development, web design, game design, graphic design using code, um, artificial intelligence, machine learning, theory of computation, mathematical computations. Let's see, what else? Let's see. There's like pairs trading. There's data science. There's operating systems. There are let's see. What cybersecurity, the Internet of Things, information security, information science, uh, information science, uh, app development, and so many wide range variety fields where finance only has taxes, accounting, auditing, marketing, econ, and same with accounting. They just have finance, taxes, auditing, insurance, and all of that. Supply chain management only has healthcare management, operations management, operations management, food food management, supply management, and so and so and let's see, so many less things than computer science. Computer science is the best major for people who have ADHD like me, because computer science, you just sit by a computer for a whole day and just write code, and so many write code and again, and like people with ADHD are often impatient. They go crazy, they have trouble concentrating, they let's see, kind of get angry whenever like they don't get something. They like consistently getting consistently don't listen to others. They don't, in which finance and accounting is also good for ADHD people though, but there's a little bit more interaction in finance and accounting than computer science, because you have to talk to people, and like you may have and wait answer other people's calls, and people, and and you have to be patient, which many people who have ADHD are not patient. And supply chain management is definitely one of the jobs people have to with ADHD have to avoid, because they have to consistently wait for supplies, and they have to consistently and talk with people, which can make them feel frustrated, and like people who get frustrated really easily should not become managers, like regular managers, and all of that. If I major in computer science, I don't have to get certain licenses or certifications needed for certain jobs. For instance, any finance major or accounting major has to get like a CPA license to become an accountant, and like they have to take like a huge slash hard exam to get that license, and they have to take extra classes and credits to let's see, get that to be able to take that exam or get that license, because they need to get because they have to get certified and take and proof that they are good enough for accountants. And supply chain managers have to get certain licenses about certain drug licenses, that they have authorization to carry drugs and all that, and so many things. If I major in computer science, I do not have to travel a lot compared to the other majors, because in computer science I just write software which is only done on a computer and which can be done from anywhere, whereas in finance and accounting I have to travel a little bit though, just to meet with other people and advise them on like how to like financially succeed if they have low income though, whereas supply chain management I have to travel a lot because like I have to, let's see, make sure that like I'm getting the right, let's see, supplies from like one country or another. I have to, let's see, like travel, just check and see if the supplies are that the company ordered are the correct supplies, and I have to check and see if they are being delivered to the proper location, and I have to consistently inspect all the supplies physically, and like because like I have to be in charge of the exporting and importing of goods from one country or another, which requires a lot of traveling though. And computer science does not have little to no traveling, where like you just, let's say, stay home a lot, or like go to like your office and just program there, and that's it. Supply chain management requires a lot of traveling because like goods are being transported, goods and products and supplies are being transported from one country or another, and like you have to make sure that they do a good job of transporting those goods and services and supplies to the other country, and you have to make sure they're the correct goods and service. You have to make sure everything is perfect and be there physically and travel, or else there will be huge problems going on in the long run if proper supplies aren't, let's see, delivered without supply chain managers, and without the supply chain managers traveling around with the supplies, then it could result in so many supplies being stolen or like damaged or destroyed, or the wrong supplies. Another reason why I switched to computer science as my major is because I don't have to answer too many calls and get random people and so many people's contact information. Unlike the other three majors listed in computer science, I just write software, test software, and like develop things, and just only answer calls from my colleagues and my boss and manager, just no random people, and not that many random people, whereas let's see, finance majors have to, let's see, like answer calls, so many calls from like random people when to discuss their financial situations, and like just from random people who like need loans, or like who needs like financial assistance or like financial aid, and they have to talk to random people who they haven't met personally, or like who don't work with them, or like who don't work in let's see, different companies, and they have to get other people's info and contacting them, which can be really hard to get, and like which can be like other people may feel nervous that a stranger may be contacting them, but to the financial advisors, they're not strangers to them. They're just helping them and assisting them. Same with accountants. Like accountants have to meet with other people and decide who, let's see, just like who gets the financial assistance and the financial accounting, auditing, and all that. They have to meet with different like business companies, business owners, just in case if their business have any audits or like any problems going on. Whereas in supply chain management, you have to answer so many people's calls. You have to answer, and you have to get context from random people. You have to talk to random people, and all over the world, because like you're traveling all over the world and making sure that the supplies are delivered properly, and you'll have to like answer calls from like international people. You have to get context from international people, which could be very hard because they could also be scams, and they can also be fake, and they can also trick you into like getting something from internationals. You have to talk to so many foreign exchange people. Like, you have to talk to so many international business people. You have to talk to random like company owners, random company workers from different from so many different companies around the world. And like, you have to talk to random business owners and different businesses. it In computer science, there are less mean people and less lazy people, and because like they're mostly most of the time working on their projects by themselves, or in groups, and they like have to like be accurate and like make sure the project is completely 100% passes all the tests and is safe and 100%, and they can't make mistakes, so they decide to treat each other with kindness and respect, and they take the projects very seriously, or else they'll get fired, or like they won't get raises, and they're most of the time working either by themselves. They rarely work in groups, and they just only focused on their projects so they can get raises and promotions. Whereas finance and accounting majors, like they deal with a bunch of lazy people, rich people, lazy people. So a bit any business major is a weird mix of rich and lazy kids, rich and lazy and mean kids, in which like finance and accounting majors have to socialize with other people, and they make fun of people who have less salary than them, and like who like are in a who are in a way who are in a and who are they make fun of people who are in a worser financial situation than them. They judge people based on their financial situation rather than their personality as a whole. And supply chain managers always, let's see, make fun of people who don't do their jobs right, or don't get any of the equipment delivered on time. They make fun of all the people who they're just lazy, and they just don't like make they just, let's say, make fun of people who business majors have like one of the highest bullying rates in all the college. Computer science is one of the lowest, and engineering majors have one of the lowest bullying rates.